Hello and welcome back to Creative Design and Supply. Today I am going to show you how to take this cute pattern vinyl that we have, and this is our ColorSplash PSV Metalized tie-dye. Okay, you can get this in a 12 by 12 sheet for $2.75, or you can get a 5-foot roll for $12.50, and I will link this in the description. All right, and here is a sublimation tumbler that had a little blimp, so I sanded it down. And then we are going to do the wet method with this. I gave it just a little bit of an overlap. Okay, and because what we are going to do with this, it's not going to matter. So let's go ahead. And I have a squirt bottle here with a drop of Dawn in it. Just a little drop. You don't need that much. Okay. And then I like to, that way I'm not getting it everywhere, I like to just run it over it. And that way, that will prevent you from getting air bubbles. Just going to take it. And I'm just pulling some pressure with it. All right, so we're not really worried about the, we're not worried about the bumps on this one, or if it does get an air bubble. This is just the way that I like to do this. And let's see if I can do, let's see. Going to be all right. So, and then I can take and I will trim this tool or this edge off. Okay, so now that I have this one put on here pretty much where I want it, I will trim the edges of this later. All right, and you want to work from the middle and go out, get all that water. All right. And then I am going to cut a piece of the cellophane, and we are going to roll on it. Just cutting a little piece of it. You can find this holographic cellophane pretty much anywhere they sell birthday supplies. So it kind of has that pattern on it. So I wanted to put this on there. Now, I will tell you, these little marks right here are not going to matter, because you can either take the cellophane as it is, or you can crimple it up. That's my favorite. All right. That way you have all these little dimensions on here. Okay. And what I like to do I like to put Eileen stack it on it, or you can use Mod Podge. Be careful with Mod Podge, because sometimes if you trap the glue in it, like if you use a lot of it, it won't turn clear. I have a cup at home. This is a similar idea that I did with it, and you can see in between it that it has chunks of the Mod Podge, and it just did not dry. It's just like it's sitting in a tight sealed cup. So and this should do the whole cup with that little piece, because this is a vinyl, and it's a smooth vinyl, and you can just move that Eileen's tacket. All right, make sure that this is all on there. All right, and I am going to wait for this to become clear, and then we will move on to our next step. Okay, so now that it is dry, you see that it went clear. Don't worry about the streaks if you have some thick, because you're not going to be able to see it. All right, and then I will just take it and again, another thing, you want to go ahead and after you have your little lip, you're going to want to place a little bit more down there, just a little bit, and let it dry. So matter of fact, I will do this on, I have just a little bit on my napkin. All right. But you are going to want to let that dry and become clear, because if you don't and you cover it now, you will have that white pasty look. All right. And then let that get clear, and then I will trim around the edges, and then you can put a coat of epoxy on it, and then put a name or however you would like. I am going to trim the ends of this and then glitter it either a purple or a green, something to complement this. Oh, let's see. Looks pretty clear to me. So now, and if you don't seal this piece down really good, when you go to epoxy it, it will come up and it will get in your way and make it bigger. So either trim that off or go ahead and just add a little bit more glue to it. I know a lady that will seal this with clear sealer anytime she works with cellophane. If you're careful and if you know which way that you roll, turn your spinner the opposite way, so that way you don't even get close to it, because there are times where if that epoxy gets up underneath it, it'll get warm and lift it up. Just like whenever you have a holographic or opal vinyl that you're working with, you always want to seal it with something, because there gets to a chemical reaction in epoxies and it lifts that vinyl up. And if you seal it just with a spray sealer of any kind of your choice, you won't have any problems whenever it comes to epoxy time. All right, so now roll that over and then just trim those edges. And I will trim this up just a little bit, because you want the you want some of the bare metal to show, so that way you know that you have a seal on the cup and the vinyl and not just the vinyl. Because what happens there is, just over time, it takes a little while, it will get in between that and you'll have problems with your cups. Either they will have wet and they will sit for a long time, and sometimes they'll just get bubbles in them. All right, and 1 coat of a flood epoxy on this, and then you can put a decal or however you would like. All right, if you have any questions about this, comment below and I will be glad to answer them for you. And I will show you what I do with this in another video. Thanks. Have a great day.